So guys, hello and welcome to a MSFS video. You join me on the ground currently in Ibiza. It's currently 9 PM local time Ibiza, 8 PM UK time, and we've just flown down from Newcastle in this lovely TUI 770S NG. Just landed approximately 20 minutes ago, running 10 minutes ahead of schedule. And yes, in this video we're going to take this lovely plane back up to Newcastle. Flight time, book around 2 hours and 20 minutes here. Got a lovely jet stream to follow up. Nice tailwinds all the way. Should be a lovely flight. Obviously, it's just another one-off video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do this whenever I get time, whenever I feel like I can, and whenever I feel like I can enjoy it, because I love doing these from time to time. But obviously, doing it too often becomes more of a chore. But yes, I hope you enjoy this, and we shall go and get ourselves into the flight deck. So as I've said, we've just landed. We've deboarded all of the passengers here in Ibiza. We've got Whiskey Delta today. Tango Alpha Whiskey Delta is our beautiful aircraft that we're taking back up to Newcastle. It's a lovely day here in Ibiza. Lovely calm winds. 24 degrees. Absolutely lovely. So we'll jump on board. Head into the flight deck. So, this is the current turnaround state for TUI. We've just done a shutdown check not too long ago. Brakes are currently cooling down. So yes, spot on. Have to go and get our aircraft set up. So first things first, we're going to go and head up to the overhead panel and align the IRSs. Get them going again. We'll get them a moment before we even bother with the yaw dampener. At the moment, I'm pretty much happy with the rest of the aircraft configuration currently. Nothing to note at the moment. Fuel truck's just arrived, so I'm going to need to set him away with the fuel. In terms of fuel, we're taking, we're taking, we'll round up to 8.9 tonnes. No extra, just rounded up. Lovely to start fuel. Not a whole load of fuel. As I said, we've got a lovely tailwind to follow on the way, which will make our life a hell of a lot easier. So before I start doing the flight plan, I'm going to quickly run you through the flight plan that I've got set up for this flight. There we go. So this is our flight plan, prepared for a sim brief. As you can see, we are Tomjet 8 Kilo Charlie today. I've moved to Newcastle. Flight time of 2 hours and 20 minutes in the air. Block fuel of 8.7 turkey, but I've rounded to rounded to the next 100 figure and added 100. Flight time 2 hours 20 minutes, cruising at 38,000 feet. We've got 100, I believe it's 179 packs we've planned for this trip today. We'll see if all of them show or not. Routing is lovely and easy, direct routing back up to Newcastle. Little bit of evening mist, possibly in Newcastle, weather is slightly questionable. We have a good array of alternates from Edinburgh Teesside, East Mids and Manchester. Yeah, 178 packs, we'll see how many of them actually turned up with zero fuel weight at 60.2. Nice and smooth flight. We've got a max shear factor of 2 and the minimum requirement altitude of 12,100 feet as we pass over the French Alps. We have a lovely tailwind for the flight today. I shall show you here. So this is the jet streams currently. I did try and route, so we'll see if we could route that way a bit, but it would have just added time. So we do still catch a lovely tailwind here. If I bring up the wind bar, you'll be able to see still catching a good sort of 40 to 50 knot tailwind most of the way back up to the UK, which is rather flight time short. It was 2 hours and 15 minutes to get here, so obviously now 2 hours and 20 minutes to return to the UK. So yes, lovely flight. We're departing out to 24 here in Ibiza and following the routing up as planned. Lovely stuff. So what I'll do, I'll pop back over to the sim and we can start getting ourselves set up for the flight. So pop down to the FMC, first things first, island, pause in it, we are at Ibiza. I'm currently on stand 2-3. We'll take the GPS position, and we're routing Ibiza to Newcastle. As I said, we are Tomjet 8 Kilo Charlie, departing off of 2-4 today. 2-4, and now we'll pop the routing. I'm going to keep sort of looking like this, I do apologise, just the routing is on the opposite screen. So I'm going to keep having to use my track IR to pop across. So we're flying out 2-4 today, we're following the Palma 2 Echo departure. After Palma, it's the upper number 856. I'm doing that as far as Yumri, and then it's UN 863. As far as Rebel. And from Rebel, we're routing direct to Tupar. Direct to Akiki thereafter. After Akiki, it's direct to Romeo. Are very British. It will be that one, but I'll cross-check it when we come to verify the route. And then we're going to Jumsey. These are all waypoints I haven't even seen in the UK before. Bit of an obscure routing this evening. After that, direct to Mammal. And then to Rimto. Well, we'll pick up the Rimto 1 November arrival into Newcastle. Probably done with 2.5, but we'll see when we get up there. They keep swapping and changing between the two. Whenever the winds are blowing the 407, but the winds have been very calm at night, so it keeps swapping backwards and forwards. So that's the routing. We will verify that shortly. We pop to the performance page. Now, before we can fill this page out, we need to get our load sheet from the dispatcher, find out our packs, and then obviously on the back of that find out our zero fuel weight for this particular flight. Now, obviously it's the end of the holiday season, it's quite busy, so we are expecting a fairly full flight. I'll quickly put the screen over so you can see what's going on, see our zero fuel weight. So here's our dispatch sheet for this flight. We've got 173 packs total, with that many kilos of bags, 173 bags. I'll fill this in. Our call sign is, as I said, Tomjet 8 Kilo Charlie, and you'll have to bear with me the handwriting, I can't use the mouse to write really. Sign that load sheet off. Listen and see what they say.
Good evening, Captain. This is your load sheet. You have a total of 173 passengers with 1 infant on board and 173 bags. We have 5 passengers less than expected. There is 1 wheelchair at the front. The loading is completed. We are ready to go.
When you're lovely. Spot on. So 173 packs. We'll have 1.4 tons of bags in the front, and that will leave us with 11196 in the rear. Nice and even. Lovely stuff. So, the OPT. I'm just adjusting the weights in here for us to enter. So our zero fuel weight adjusted for kids, etc. is 59.5. Good stuff. Our particular reserves for this flight are looking in the region of 2.3 tons. That is for Edinburgh. Cost index of 15, cruising up at 380 for the flight. Cruise winds is 186 at 46. So that lovely northerly tailwind. The IC deviation is put at 5, so that'll leave us with a cruise temp of -51. Transition altitude is correct, so we can execute that. Now onto the M1 limit. Before I fill this out, I'm going to grab our engine out procedure. So departing 24 today, the engine out procedure is climb on the track 241 as far as Demev. That's 19.2 DME, the radial of Ibiza. I'm climbing to the MSA in the area, and I shall cross-check that very shortly. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'll just find it out now to make this a bit easier. The MSA of 2,800, which one we can hold. Lovely, so we shall now go on quickly fill out the performance calculation. So we're on with 2.4. I'm going to put golf, we'll not take it, but it just means if ATC asks us, we can do it. I'll grab our current weather data from Navigraph. So at Ibiza, the current METAR is variable 1 knot, so we'll assume a 1 knot tailwind. 24 degrees and 1017. So assuming a 1 knot tailwind, 060 at 1. It was 24 degrees already, that's already set, and 1017 for temperature. The automatics to flat 5, and if we can't take it, we can't take it. We'll see what we get. That will work out correctly, including the taxi fuel, so we can calculate. Okay, so our planned D rate is 22,000 miles of thrust, D rate of 30 degrees with V speeds of 142, 142 and 147. Estimated trim with an MFR rate of 1,024 feet. Lovely stuff. So, we'll pop back over into the sim. 22,000 miles of thrust is selected with a 30 degree assumed temp. We'll go for a climb D rate of 1 today. Takeoff, we'll be going for flap 5, as stated. We got V speeds 142. I'll round 143. I always take the most conservative number. and then 148. They're all within 1 knot of each other though, so there's nothing to be concerned about there. Are we finished fueling? Yes we are, so we can finish the refueling there. Cabin crew refueling completed. Lovely. So refueling is done. Because that's done, we can enter the CG now as well, which comes out at 6.42. Sure, quickly set. Whilst we're here, we shall fill out the descent winds for Newcastle, because they won't change. Obviously, it's printed in the flight plan. It's estimated winds at our time of arrival. So we'll do 310, 200, and 100. 310 is 202 at 53. 200 is 205 at 32. And a flight of 100 is 231 at 31. Lovely, and we can get the ice drink QNH later. So at Ibiza, the MSA is about the VOR, so we'll do Ibiza 25. I'm going to quickly find out what the VOR code is for that. It doesn't even have Ibiza in the thing. Okay, not to worry, we'll find out from the chart. Lovely, so that's all sorted. I am hopefully going for an early departure if we can. We're scheduled to leave at 20:55 with startup. Sorry, at 19:55 with startup at 19:45. So hopefully we get away early if we can. Brake cooling time was 13 minutes, so we can cancel that and set the parking brake now. Lovely, that's the brakes cooling time met. Right, so FMC is finished as far as we can go until we've done the briefing, so that's all good. We can start working for our aircraft flows now. Happy generally with the overhead. I'll put that yaw dampener on. That's all good. No need for the fuels at the moment, that's fine. Happy with that. All excellent. Right, so the cruise altitude is 38,000 feet, and the landing altitude in Newcastle will go as 250. Because it's 266. Lovely stuff. I've already reviewed the weather in Newcastle. There's no extra fuel required. As far as this MCP goes, we'll set 14 right, runway heading 242. I'm going to quickly review the SID. You may as well do it with me if you like. I shall pop it across. So this is our departure SID. It's the Palma 2 Echo departure. So we'll take off from runway 24, so now I've said, so we'll just tune the Ibiza VOR to be safe anyway, just a bit of backup. Ibiza 242 straight ahead with a max speed of 230 knots, right hand turnout, minimum 2,100, then a minimum of 4,000 with a maximum of 230 knots, following out to Palma flight level 100, initial climb flight 6,000 feet. Lovely stuff, so we can go head back and input that into the sim. So, initial climb of 6,000 feet. We got heading 242, 148 is already set. I'm going to pop the Ibiza. I'll leave the ILS in this side, and in this side, I'll pop the Ibiza VOR, which is a 1178. And that VOR pop there. There we go, spot on. Gives us a bit of guidance in case we lose the FMC on departure. MCP is good. Flight director's on. We'll set the modes once we've done the briefing. Set the ultimate to RTO. The MFRA here, as discussed before, was 1022, I believe, or 24? 23, right in the middle. So I'll quickly set that. QNH is still as was before. Cool. Lovely stuff. That's all good. Fuel, we can reset the fuel used from the previous flight. Just working our way through all of our flows. Happy with that. That's all set. Happy with the EFS panel, clocks, etc. FMC is complete as far as we can go for now. Parking brake set because the brake cooling time's finished. The radios are set from the previous flight. I'll set Unicom because the ATC's logged off now. Got the emergency frequency tuned on Unicom. Temperature was 2000 standby. Lovely, I'm happy with all that. So what we can do now is we'll do the pre-flight briefing for our flight out of Newcastle. So departure briefing. We're on a self-positioning stand here on stand 2-3. We're going to Startup would stand, taxi off. Startup will be standard startup, both engines, 2 then 1, and I did consider a CETO, staying on a taxi out, however, because of the awkward angle of the stand, trying to move off from just engine 2 will give such a differential thrust that we'll probably struggle to do the turn. So we'll just do a normal taxi today. Taxi out either along the apron in Golf 2 or Golf 1 and Tango, all the way down to the end. We're able Golf if needed, but we'll probably take Echo 1. Lovely. So departures, left to take off, right hand thrust, noise abatement, departure procedure 2. We climb up to 1,000 feet and accelerate at that point there. Following this standard instrument departure of the Palmer 2 Echo departure, as already discussed, one thing I will change is the FMC inputs, because these speeds are not 230 knots, 230 knots or below. They're not a requirement that you can be below it as long as you're not at more than 230, so I'll just edit them. Lovely. This will climb 6,000 feet. Engine out procedure straight ahead to Demev, 2,800 feet in hold, and the engine out climb altitude is 1,000 feet, along with the minimum flat retraction altitude. No extra fuel required today, we have 6 packs less than expected. And our routing after Palma on the after departure, we shall cross-check this with the sim to make sure we're happy with the route. So say Palma 2 Echo, so Palma up on that number 856 to Umre, up on the 863 to Rebuild, direct to Tupar, direct to Akiki, direct to Romeo, direct to Jumsy, direct to Mammal, direct to Rimto, and the Rimto 1 November into Newcastle. I'll quickly check the plan page. Make sure it looks all good and all looks the same with no abnormal kinks or abnormally large distances, of course. If it does, I'm happy that yep, that route is all excellent. So I'm happy to activate and execute that. In terms of departure mode, we're going to be using LNAV and BNAV with the auto throttle armed. Probably manual flight and put the autopilot in between 5,000 and 10,000 feet. Nothing further to discuss, I believe. I don't read anything more. I would ask if anyone has any questions, but you can't respond, so there we go. Lovely stuff. Notice I'm after ICO. That's a problem to sort out for the arrival. That's not a problem right now. It hasn't generated any arrival issues, so we're good with that. Lovely. So we have approximately 20 minutes now till we need to start thinking about starting up. So I'm going to get the passengers walking out to the aircraft. In the meantime, we'll get the walk around done. And yeah, we'll get ourselves ready to start routing towards Newcastle. So guys, that's the walk around complete. As you saw during the walk around, the passengers are all boarding. They've just finished boarding now. There's no TC online, there's no slots to worry about, no heavy congestion over the UK, so we should be good to get going early. We'll fire out the APU now and begin our sort of start-up flows. Quickly recheck our oxygen before we go and check the oxygen pressure at the back. Yep, still at a good range. Once the APU is online, we can get rid of the air conditioning and GPU, and that's a step closer to getting going. In the meantime, we'll do the pre-flight checklist. I've got a TUI checklist on my off page. So pre-flight checklist, the oxygen is tested 100%, navigation transfer and display switches are normal and the automatic position. Window heat you have on, pressurization level selector is auto. Flight instruments, we've got a heading of 013, altimeter 1017, and a heading of 013, altimeter 1017. Parking brake is now set, and start levies are cut off. That's the pre-flight checklist completed. Now let's just wait for our APU to settle off. It's available immediately for electric power. We have to wait 40 seconds to get the AC power up from it. We can reach the ground power now though. Get that taken away, and as soon as that's away, we'll do the air conditioning. I've got to do a PA before we get going. I don't know how that's... I said that to Unicom. I don't know how that's changed. There we go. Right, I'll quickly do a PA before we get going. Ladies and gentlemen, very good evening. Welcome aboard to air service BY 1563 destination Newcastle. Just getting ready to go now. You're all board, all sorted. Should get a ready departure out here at Newcastle. Straight out of here in Ibiza. Heading from Newcastle, flight time 2 hours and 20 minutes, cruising at 38,000 feet. Now, starting here on the westerly runway, taking off right hand turn out northbound over Barcelona. The French Alps over Andorra, central France over Nantes area, ending up over London, Manchester and Sheffield, descending into Newcastle. Should be on time arrival this evening. Over Newcastle's nice and clear, a little bit of evening mist, but generally quite well over calm winds. Should be a nice and smooth flight today. Hopefully we can arrive a little bit early in Newcastle with the current wind prediction that we got. The cabin crew are there for your comfort, but also for your safety, so please pay full attention to their safety briefing as it's delivered to this aircraft. Other than that, please sit back, relax, and you're very welcome on board. Cool. I don't do that very often. It's a stage I'm going for, it'll wear off. Right, that's been on for 40 seconds, so we can pop the APE bleed on now, and we can get rid of the air conditioning. Lovely. APE's on, so I got all the fuel pumps on now. We'll do the before start flows. That's all good. Happy with that. So I get the pumps on. Main cabin door is now shut. Didn't the cabin crew and let them know we're ready to go. That's all good. Happy with that. That can stay on until we're starting. It's actually a start and stand today, so nothing too much out there. Anti-collision light can go on. I don't know why track IR's range is suddenly so limited. It's been fine for the last hour. I'll just quickly do a reset of it. Give that a try. That's it, better. Cool. That's all set, I'm happy with that. FMC is now fully completed. Once the air conditioning will get rid of the chocks, I'm going to do the before start checklist and get ourselves going. Ground crew appears to have removed everything. There we go, as we can remove the chocks. And we'll start the block timer as the chocks are now gone. Yep, ground crew seem to have removed all equipment. So I'll do the before start checklist. So before start, flight deck door is closed and locked. Fuel, we've got 8.9 tons, that's as per the OFP. Passenger signs are set. Windows are locked. MCP, we've got V2148, heading 242, altitude 6,000 feet. TS speeds are V1142, VR143, and V2148. CG Pro is completed, rudder and aileron trims 3 and 0. Taxi tail proofing we've completed, and unit collision lights on. That's the before start check is complete. Lovely. Hydraulics are good. We'll set that to the engine page. We'll kill the packs. And now I am ready for startup. So, engine start switch number 2 to ground. Got an N2. N1. All pressure's rising. You can hear the lovely groan of the CF56 as it spools up. 23, 24, and it's 25. Fuel's going in. There's your fuel flow. It's ignited with the EGTs rising. Low oil pressure has gone out. Oil pressure's rising quite nicely. All indications normal. Oil temp, oil pressure, vibrations all in normal range. Chassis gen transferred. The starter just cut out. So wait for it to stabilise and the EGT to start decreasing past 574. And there we go. That's stabilised. We'll start number 1. So start valves open. We've got an N2 rotation there. N1 rotation. The oil pressure's rising. Again, waiting for 25. $33, $34, and 25. Fuel flow. And as the fuel flow ignited with a good EGT rise. we'll hopefully get a nice quick taxi out of here. And a swift departure. Nice early departure, we're only about 15 minutes ahead of schedule at the minute. Let's start to cut out. Start valve closed. Indication normal vibrations and R temp. And there you go, the engine is stabilised. Here we go, so I'm going to set flaps 5 in the meantime so that starts going down. There we go. Set the air conditioning panel. Sensor is continuous and then kill the APU. Wheel light can go out, we have no need for that anymore. So, control check. Full down, full up, neutral, full left, centre, full right, centre, rudder left, rudder right, neutral, full travel and all controls. Lovely. Control check complete, so the full taxi checklist. Generators are on, appropriate on. Anti-ice we did not require due to the temperature. Isolation valves auto. Engine start switches are continuous. Recall checked. Auto SATA and started to adolescent. Air control, sorry, flap lever is 5 set as according to the FSC. Flight controls are checked, our ground equipment's clear. That's the 4 taxi checks complete. So, check the left, clear left. And the first officer will check the right. Clear right. Kill off the lights. Taxi and turn off and come on. Park brake released. We get ourselves moving. I love how they've corrected the spool in a PMDG. It's lovely now. It's correct. Build up a little bit of momentum by going forwards, and we'll start the swing there. Just reset that time as well. Just check our clearance on that side. Yep, all good. Oh, and there's the off arrow. Lovely. We'll leave the thrust where it is until we're not facing the stand. We don't want to blow anyone. You might have seen that that video recently, the Ryanair in Malta, where they kind of floored it off the stand and blew all the passengers over. Quite a fun watch, I'd recommend it. Here we go. So I head up here in Golf 2. Tango 2. Is it Tango 2? Let me just check the chart. Golf 1, sorry. Golf 1 and on to Tango. There is no traffic around to be cautious of with that sim, that I'm aware of anyway. Nope. So nothing to worry about there. Okay, clear right, clear left, enter the taxiway. We'll go up the thrust just a little bit and speed things along. I've flown with TUI just a few days ago and they seem to be quite loose on taxi speed restrictions. It's the fastest airline I've seen in a while as far as taxiing goes. I'm sure I went into a corner at about 25 knots. We'll just ignore this tug. He shouldn't be there anyway. Get a nice fast taxi going. And we'll start to idle the thrust there. Lovely, so as we're taxiing out, we'll do the departure review. So, departure review is going to be Echo 1 for runway 24, following the standard initial departure of a Palma 2 Echo departure. Derating 22,000 miles to thrust to 30 degrees assumed temp with speeds of 142, 143 and 148. Stop altitude 6,000 feet, velocity takeoff right hand thrust. Edge up procedure straight ahead to Demev and minimum 2,800 feet. And again, I would ask any questions, but you can't reply, so no questions. Lovely. So, before takeoff checklist. Flaps are 5, green light, and stabilizer trim is 6.5 units set, sorry, 6.4 units set. Lovely, so we're at 8.8 tons of fuel. For our departure, the minimum required is 8.6, so we're still within the range, so I'm happy to go. Happy days. Digging the cabin, we'll go for rolling takeoff if we can. Lovely. Happy for traffic, Tom Jet Air Kilo Charlie, runway 24, takeoff, Palma 2 Echo departure, happy for traffic. This might seem fast, but this is what we did on my flight, so sod it, we'll just reenact. So, strobes are on. Weather radar, TCAS, TARA will confirm clear to enter 24. Clear on the left, approach path's clear, and TCAS confirms that. All the lights on, strobes are on, cabin's dinged, I'm happy with the configuration, and we're all ready to go. Start the timer. 40%. Wait for that to stabilise. Stable. And toga. Set takeoff thrust. N1 heading select toga. Thrust set 92.8% N1. Bit of downstick pressure or down yoke pressure. And it's 80 knots, that's checked. Throttle hold, recenter downstick pressure. And it's V1, we'll rotate. Nice steady rotation through the dead band. And we're airborne, up to 15 degrees, positive right, gear up. Pitch for speed, up to 1,000 feet. There's the acceleration point, we'll pitch down. Start accelerating. We'd have an LNAV engaged. Accelerating out while climbing, we can go flaps 1. Flaps 1, green light. Still accelerating. Flaps up. There we go, max 230 knots at the moment. We'll follow out restriction. So we'll begin to increase our rate of ascent. Up we pop. Right hand turn coming now. We can release the cabin crew, we'll get the retract lights off. I'll imagine we've been cleared up to flight level 120, as they probably would have by now. I'll go for 130, it's a bit more round. And roll out from the turn. I'll intervene that. Okay, we're coming to a flight level now, so we can set a standard pressure on all three, and we're flight protractor fully clean, so I'll reset the MFRA. Auto brake off. I'll fix repilot in a minute. Logo can go off, we have no need for that now. Continuing the climb out. Set the gear to off. After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds are on. Packs are auto. Landing gears up and off. And the flaps are up, no lights. See, after takeoff checklist complete. Still hand flying for the moment. I'll wait till probably 10,000 feet now, and I'll put the autopilot in. Ibiza traffic, 208 Kilo Charlie's airborne through flight level 80, Palmer 2 Echo, climbing level 130. Ibiza traffic, final call. Lovely, so accelerating to 250 knots now, up to 10,000 feet. We'll maintain that. There's a lovely end of Ibiza down there. We'll quickly match the heading bug up. Just using the thing on my thrustmaster throttle. There we go. It's flight level 100. Pitch down to accelerate. 10 checks. Lights out. So pressurization checks. We got the bleeds feeding the packs with a good dump pressure. The cabin alt's rising with a good differential pressure. Pressurization acting as normal. We'll set command A. I'm happy with how smooth it is, so we shall release the cabin. Continue our climb. Initially we'll go up to flight level 200, and then we'll continue our pressurization checks every 10,000 feet up to 380. Lovely. That is us safely on our way to Newcastle. I shall get back to you guys when we get a little bit closer. So guys, hello and welcome back. You joining the cruise. We've got about 70 miles to the top of the descent, so it's about time we run over our rival and make sure we're all happy with it. Lovely smooth flight so far, no issues, no turbulence, it's been beautiful. So, we'll have a quick look at our arrival then into Newcastle. Newcastle are currently calm winds, so we're going to be using runway 25 for the arrival today. Did not want to do that. We've already put the room till 1 November in, I believe we've already planned for 25 as well, so we'll just quickly double check this. I'm happy with this this routing, room to Gokov, XS, and 25, yep, lovely, I'm happy with that. So, first thing we'll do, I'm going to work out our landing mass. So we're due to land 600 kilos less fuel, so 600 kilos of fuel, yep, so we're 600 kilos lighter. So 62.7 will be our landing weight. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up the performance calculator and we can run through it. So there's a performance calculator, landing en route. We're landing 25, normal go around gradient. Winds currently are, let's double check that. Metal is currently 3101, 15 degrees and 1015. Cool, we're landing with flat 30 ideally, all reverse is operational, and as I said, 62,700 is our landing weight. So we'll calculate that. Lovely, so we can manage the water break free, and we'll do that with probably a full length rollout it's going to be, depending on whereabouts we touch down. With a break cooling time of 14 minutes, not that it matters, this plane's parking up overnight after we're finished. So yeah, back to the sim, landing flat 30. I'll put the frequencies in a moment. First alternates go, our primary alternate is Edinburgh. Edinburgh we can use, I have no concerns, it's marginal VFR there as far as the METAR goes, not meant to get any worse than that. Visibility 8,000 metres, gets as low as possibly 3,000 metres of broken cloud at 800 feet. So I think Edinburgh is a usable alternate. Teesside is also equally usable as well. And our other alternates are Manchester and East Mids if they don't work out. But probably Edinburgh or maybe Teesside will be my primary alternate. Preferably Edinburgh because it has Cat 3 capability, whereas Teesside does not. As far as the fuel goes for these alternates, fuel for Edinburgh's minimums. Fuel for Edinburgh is our minimums at 2.3 tons. Teesside is going to be 2 tons. 2.1 even, so we've got 2.3 for Edinburgh, 2.1 for Teesside. It's going to be 3 tons for East Mids and 2.5 for Manchester. So we've got all of our alternates bar East Mids. We've got some time to figure it out. I don't know if East Mids will be needed anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. Primary alternate being Manchester. So I'll put runway 25 in as the fix. 5 miles and 10 miles. And then Newcastle VOR for the MSA and 25 miles. As I just discussed, the temperature is 15 degrees, so right on ISA, so there's no deviation, and you have a QNH of 1015. Now one thing that you might have noticed when reading the METAR, the dew point and temperature is exactly the same, so you need to be really cautious of low mist, low line, fog, low clouds, and possible sudden deterioration in visibility as we fly this approach. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to quickly cross-check the arrival SID with ours. So we fly over Rumto, Gokov and Aircore at flight level 160. Exodru at flight level 120. And then it says at flight level 90 or above. So I'll do, actually it's technically flight level 110 and below. I think the 110 is more appropriate, so I'm going to do 220 below, because we need to amend that as well. And then 110 below. Lovely, that fixes that problem for us. We can arm the standby approach. Our frequencies are 1115. 1115. Nope, 1115. There we go, and 246 is the level. Sorry, is the course even. Nice and easy. Auto brake free we discussed already. I'll just correct that heading now turned. Lovely. QNH1015 and our minima for the ILS to 25 is going to be 439. Just all the way down. There we go. Okay, so the approach briefing now. So we're going to fly the ILS 25 either until 1 November. The arrival routing is as follows. We fly via Rimto, and then it's out to Gokov. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll quickly bring it up so you can see what I'm talking about. Out to Gokov, and then Aircore flight 160, surgery flight 120, and it's below 110 and 220 knots. Lovely, so then we'll leave ETS probably on a heading of 020 and then 025 over Jessie Street, turn around and land 07. Sorry, 25. Landing ILS to 25, establish altitude 2,000 feet, minimum to 439, go around altitude 2,500 feet to 40 and then back to Newcastle. Lovely, as I said, Newcastle weather, currently no concerns with visibility, but could deteriorate when you keep an eye on it. Totally no more than 4,000 feet, however. We discussed our fuel of Edinburgh being our primary alternates currently, and that gave a lovely minimum of 2.3 tons, which is plenty to work with given we're landing with 3.1. Spot on. So I'm happy with that. Landing at until 250 feet. We are due on the ground at 11:05 local time. We're not due in until 15:15, so we're 10 minutes ahead of schedule. After landing, I'm still waiting for my stand assignment. It'll probably be a stand on the terminal, probably stand at 8, but we shall see as we get a little bit closer. So, descent checklist. Pressurization, landing alt is 250 feet set. Recoil is checked, the Orbx level 3. And the flat 31 for 5 has a minimums of 439, and the approach brief is complete. The same checklist completed. Lovely, so we'll start lowering the altitude, ready to descend. There is no ATC on at the moment, so nothing to be concerned of there. Lovely stuff, that's what's all planned for our arrival into Newcastle. I'll leave you guys with a bit more pleasant views through the descent, and I'll get back to you as we get a little bit closer to Newcastle. So guys, hello and welcome back. We are just about to fly over ETSES, which means we are just about to start vectoring for our approach. We are also just about to pass through flight of 100 as well. So, 10 checks, lights are going on. We'll set the cabin down. I'm just going to set a heading for now. We'll do 020 for the moment, and that'll become 025 as we head over Chesley Street. So, oh, that's just, I'll just heading select it now. There we go. So, that's on. Last set of 10 checks. Differential pressure is coming down nicely. Canon's coming down. We've still got a good duct pressure going. That's 10 checks complete. Happy with that wholesomely. So yep, we're just vectoring in for the approach now. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. I'll probably do it as a little bit of a time lapse. But yeah, it's been a nice smooth flight, going generally quite well. There is enough aircraft on the approach speed going to 07. I think he's about to land now, so just keep an eye out for him. Yeah, no issues to report really. Solid estimates land with 3 points, I think with 2 tons of fuel now, so plenty to work with. And I think the company wants us to stand at 8 after our arrival. We'll have a look when we get there, because if the stand lighting's bad I might move, but it should be okay. We're sending to an altitude now, so I'll set the little QNH 1015. In doing so, approach checklist, altimeter 1015, 1015 set. Approach checklist complete. Lovely, right. So guys, we're just at the point now where we're at technically on a downwind slash base leg. We're going to get just over the sea and make a turn around to establish. We're going to level change it for now. Should be a nice short approach. This is pretty much what we did the other night when I flew in IRL from COS. Nice short, so as soon as we get sort of over the sea we'll do a left hand turn out around to establish. Probably do with a bit less speed brake, if not without any, to be honest. I get to 3,500 and I'm going to get rid of it. In fact, that will do it there. Speed brake stowed. Set the flat 1 bug speed. Okay, I'm happy with that. We'll start the and do a nice gentle turn, but we will start the turn nevertheless. I can just regulate the turning circle using this. And we're at 5 miles, so I'll go flat 5. Still level change, so we will start to level off. There's a runway over there. 1,000 to level, check. 2,000 to platform altitude, and it's set. Go around out is 2,500. We'll set that once we're on the ILS. I can lower that turning circle actually. Keep turning, just keep turning. We'll get a vertical speed it for now, just so we have hopefully a nice CDA around a continuous descent approach. There's the localizer, set runway heading. Seven miles. Establishing over the sea. Nice headwind for the approach. Should be on that glide slope any moment. There we go. And I'll set the missile approach altitude 2,500. So you got the missile approach altitude and the heading set. Digging the cabin. 6 miles to run. Newcastle traffic Tomjets 8 Kilo Charlie, fully established, 6 miles ILS, runway 25, Newcastle traffic. Gear down. Flat 15. On the speed brake. Configure the aircraft for arrival. So that'll do. VREF is still at 145, so we'll go flat 30 and 150 knots. There's flat 30 there, flat 30 green light, line checklist. So now switches are continuous. Recall, sorry not recall, sea brake on green light. Landing gear is down, and flaps are 30, green light, line checklist is complete. Lovely, right. Get the automatics ready to come out. Before we do so, I'm going to quickly, to make our life easier. 1,000 feet, we are stabilised, continue. Good eyes, there we go. Right, disconnecting the auto throttle. Cancel that. And out comes the autopilot. Manual flight. There's a bug crawling across my screen that is highly distracting. Okay, we'll try and keep a nice stable approach. 500 feet, still stabilised. Can't get that descent rig at any higher than 1,000 feet for a prolonged period of time. So we'll just watch it because it was sat right at 1,000 before. The poppies are slightly off here, so don't worry too much about them, and so is the ILS glide slope as we get closer. You ought to be lower than it ideally. Minimums is landing.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brakes up. Reverse normal. Good positive landing. Decelerating. 80 knots, we're going to miss that exit and go to the end. 60 knots, cancelling the reverse. Auto brake's coming out, manual braking. Stop the clock. 2 hours and 17 minutes, so we're 3 minutes ahead of schedule. Right, that'll be good to clear up. Right, speed brake is stowed. Flaps coming up. Newcastle direct 108 Kilo Charlie. Runway vacated, taxi stand 8, Newcastle traffic. Cool. Right, here is stand 8. Kill the taxi lights. See the safe docks there. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Park and brake set. Hydraulics to get off the landing. We'll lead the engine page up. 2 below, 1 red. Engines are dead. The engine's slowly shutting down. donut can come on. We'll begin to shut down the aircraft, go for the end of day shutdown flows. Where are we at? 33%, not quite. That'll do. We'll pop the anti-collision off, maybe 20% by now. Transponders standby in 2000. Lovely, we'll get the shocks set and get the ground power on its way to the aircraft. And we'll fly through the shutdown checklist. Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps are off, excluding the APU. Propete is off. Hydraulic panel is set. And cross checks here. Flaps are up. Parking brake set. Starters are cut off. And the weather radar is off. Shutdown check is completed. Lovely. Camera graders and doors and cross check. Thank you. We'll get the GPU on the go. If you can go off. Initiate deboarding.
The boarding requested.
Lovely. Now, a bit of a firm landing there, but it'll do. Nice rollout. Obviously, the Orbx 3 was using the full length anyway, so I didn't want to get it down too late. We can stop the block time as we're now chocked up. Parking brake can be released. The brake cooling time is only 13 minutes, and this aircraft doesn't go anywhere until tomorrow morning, so we don't have to start a timer for it. Happy with that. Let's just have open. I'll turn the packs off. AP bleed can, sorry, the IRS can go off as well. I've just generally shut the aircraft down.
Passengers deboarding started.
There's the deboarding starting. Get all the screens just dimmed down. It's very controversial if you actually do this or not, because the LCD displays don't really get affected by long-term use, but it seems to be a habit that everyone's stuck in, so may as well keep it. Lovely. We're still deboarding, so I'm going to need the emergency checks. Actually, you know what? We don't really need them. We're shut down, the engines are cooled off now, so put that off. Right, secure checklist, iris are off, emergency exit lights are off, the packs are off, and the window heats are off. That's the secure checklist completed. Lovely. So that is us in Newcastle. Lovely stuff. Here we are. Well, we'll walk down the steps of everyone else. There we go. So, welcome to Newcastle. There's everyone getting off. It was a lovely flight. I really enjoyed that. It was albeit an all-night flight. It was a bit different, something quite nice to record. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Hey, this is probably a one-off video, I'm not gonna lie, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I might be back around at some point soon with another one. Bit more of a realistic video that was than what I normally do, full load sheets and full planning and stuff. But yes, that was lovely and fun to fly and record. So guys, I thank you all very much for joining me on this flight. Take care of yourselves, and I shall catch you all next time. Ta-ra for now.